Hey, what's up, guys? This is going to be mostly me just talking about myself, which is, not something I do on this channel a whole lot. I usually talk about retro games, but I kind of wanted to make a different video to partially explain why I haven't been as active on the channel lately, and kind of give you some insight into, who I am and, why I appreciate video games so much. I've had depression for most of my life, going back as far as when I was a teenager. I definitely remember feeling a little differently about, myself and the way that people reacted to me. I have social anxiety, and so a lot of times when I go in public, I'm constantly thinking about, how other people perceive me and what they're thinking, and it starts to get inside your head, and it would mess with me a lot. I would hear a voice that would tell me things, like you're a fraud, or nobody really likes you, or things like that, and it was really difficult for me to put myself out there and make friends, and I'd always been sort of an introvert. When I was a young kid, I played a lot of video games, and that was kind of my escape from everything, is sitting down in front of the Nintendo and just zoning out for hours on end trying to beat a game, and the world would just go away. I wouldn't think about I wouldn't be thinking about, things like, how people look at me, or, what they think or whatever, and so I would just sit and I would play video games, and all of that would go away. And, video games certainly got me through some tough times, and, there were definitely some weekends that I spent by myself and alone, and, I'm glad I had something to do, something to keep me preoccupied, and something that I loved doing. So that's when I really dove into stuff like, Final Fantasy, 7, 8, and 9. Like, I, played through those. Loved them. Thought they were some of the best games ever made. Ocarina of Time. Oh, man. That game immersed me in a way that, other games had not been able to do up until that point. Like, there's just something about that world that I got sucked into that, I will always play a Zelda game anytime it comes out. Even Skyward Sword, as much of a disappointment as that was for me, it was still, light years beyond what a lot of games try to do in terms of story and atmosphere. And anyway, so a lot of the franchises that I love and I cherish to this day, I definitely remember, playing during this point in my life when I was at, a super low. And I'm so happy that, I had video games to do that. So after high school, I decided I wanted to start going out a little more and try and meet people. I decided I wanted to, try to make some lasting relationships in my life, and, I felt like taking some risk, and I started putting myself out there more and started meeting people, and, I definitely was very lucky in being able to make some good friends over the years because I took those risks, and I also got on antidepressants, and that was a tough thing for me, because I didn't want to believe that I needed to take a pill every day when I woke up to feel normal, I guess. It helped me be able to see the world differently. I would get stuck in these loops, like I was saying, where I would constantly be thinking negative thoughts about myself, and I want to shield myself from the world and everything, and so I just kind of hide in my bedroom and stuff. And so antidepressants definitely helped me make that transition into wanting to go out more, wanting to be a more social person. And like I said, I made some great friends over the years. We don't talk as often anymore. They have lives and things, and they've gone and started families and stuff, and I have a wonderful wife, a beautiful wife, who supports me very much and understands, you know, my struggle with depression. And I can honestly say that she is the most important thing that has ever happened to me. I don't know where I would be today without her. And she's part of the reason that, you know, I want to continue to try to do things, and I want to be a better person. For a long time, I felt ashamed about having depression. I felt ashamed about, I guess, who I am as a person. I haven't admitted to a lot of people, and what's the harm in me telling others, you know, about the struggle that I have, and maybe on some small level, if I can help them feel a little bit more normal, that's a good thing, right? So that's why I decided to make this video, because I want other people who also struggle with depression to know that they're not alone. There are other people out there like them, and you know, I'm one of them. You know, there's been so many times in my life where I felt the lowest of low. You know, I felt like things couldn't get any worse. And recently, I've been, you know, having those same feelings again. You know, it's a little bit odd, me coming on YouTube and talking to whoever watches this about what I'm going through and you know, how I feel right now. Especially because I try to hide a lot of this from my friends and my family. But in a way, I feel like it is good for me to do this. And it's, you know, hopefully it's good for other people who watch this, you know, that they don't feel so alone. That's really what this is about. So what's going to happen with the channel? So recently I got back on my antidepressants. I'm taking my medication again. I'm starting to feel more like myself. And I'm definitely going to get back into making YouTube videos again. You know, it's something that I enjoy doing, and I don't know why I deprive myself of doing it when, you know, I'm sad, but that's depression. Depression is you don't want to do anything. You don't want to do the things that you love. You don't want to talk to the people who love you. You just want to, you know, isolate yourself and wallow in self-pity. And, you know, it sucks because you're only hurting yourself. And that's definitely what I've been doing lately. And I want to get back into making YouTube videos. There's so much stuff that I want to cover, and you know, I want to tell people about, and I want to share my love of, and I want to, you know, hopefully turn people on to new stuff that I enjoy doing and playing and having and all of that stuff. And so you know, I'm going to get back into the swing of things. 2016's off to a rocky start, but I'm going to try to be optimistic about, you know, the future, because I have to be. I need to be. So anyway, that's my story. So, you know, I don't know what else to say, guys. I hope somebody watched this and they feel better. They feel not so alone. They feel, you know, that there are other people that are just like them. Hell, if you need to talk to me, I'm here. You know, leave me a comment. I'll be happy to talk to you about depression and what I go through, and you know, how video games have helped me. I'll be, you know, an ear to listen. You know, I don't have all the answers, guys, but I'm just happy to listen and hear you out, and you know, be there for you. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm sorry for the long, rambling nature of this video. It's not something I'm going to do regularly, but I do hope that you got something out of it. I know that I feel better talking about this stuff, even if it is, you know, on YouTube. And, you know, I'll be back soon with another video. I actually had filmed a lot of the stuff, the 2 episodes before this, I had filmed that stuff you know, weeks ago, but I just didn't have the motivation to put it together. And you know, now that I'm back on my meds, I should be okay to you know, start getting back on a regular schedule and put that stuff out. And anyway, you know, you should see some more stuff from me. And you know, and I'm looking forward to doing that. So, any case, thanks guys for hearing me out. And like I said, if you need someone to just listen, to hear you out, to talk with, I'll be happy to chat with any of you. Just send me a comment, okay? And or a private message, whatever you want to do. If you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, and I'll be happy to talk to you and listen. And you know, we can talk about our love of video games. I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably play video games and you enjoy them. So yeah, all right.